Hey, welcome back to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and if you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate it if you purchase your next watch from us at JazzTime.com. Today we'll be going over quite an interesting and quite a special watch from Patek Philippe. This one, listed under their complications section, it's not Calatrava necessarily, but it does sort of fit within that sort of family when it comes to the sort of case shape anyway, but far from that. And actually I'd say it's a little bit more versatile than that. It's not Nautilus, it's not an Aquanaut, it's got its own sort of unique sort of look, and certainly unique it is. This one we've sort of nicknamed as being the Regulator, and it does have that Regulator style dial. More on that in a moment, but first I'm going to tell you that I'm going to be going over the case, the dial, the crown functions, as well as the pusher functions. I may do a separate video on that because it does get a little complicated as to how to set all of the quick set features on this watch. In fact, I think I will do that, so subscribe to see that when it comes out. Anyway, we'll also be going over the strap here, and also the movement. If I haven't said that earlier, I will be going over the movement as well, and the wearing experience, and why you should probably consider this one over most other Patek Philippe watches, including the price point. It's actually pretty good for this one. Anyway, starting off with the case, we have a full rose gold construction. As you can see, a nice high polish on the front. The bezel sort of encompasses the entire case from the front, so it's a full high polish, as you can see, all along its bevels as well. A satin brush finishing from north to south, top to bottom, as you can see, from top of the top lug all the way down to the bottom of the bottom lug. A full satin brush finishing, as you can see, all the way around as well, the case in between the lugs. All right, and the case back, sapphire crystal as that of the front as well. Nice high polish on that case back as well. Okay, again, all rose gold construction. It's a 40.5 millimeter diameter from finger to thumb. That's the 2 to 8 position, or 10 to 4, same exact distance, that diameter. It's about 10 millimeters. I measured just underneath that, so your mileage may vary, but I may be measuring from the top of the bezel to the bottom. But anyway, 10 millimeters in case thickness. So it's not a Calatrava because those go, you know, below 10, somewhere averaging around somewhere around 8 millimeters or so. This one can still fit as a dress watch. It will slide very nicely under a suit cuff thanks to that bezel and the overall construction here. The form factor is incredibly good in terms of that. Now, taking a look at this dial here, we have what they call a two-tone graphite and ebony black dial. So what that sort of means is that you do have this sort of graphite look, that sort of satin brush finishing that sort of echoes that of the case from top to bottom. You get that on this dial as well. I'm zoomed in as close as I can so you can get the details of that graphite look, and it's quite stunning to see with your naked eyes. Not quite as good on my monitoring here, but hey, that's what you get with the videos anyway. The two-tone, the black portions refer to the subdials, as you can see, as well as the outboard chaptering along the peripherals, sort of giving you the minute counters there. There's a small seconds dial at the 6 o'clock position, as you can see, ticking along quite nicely and smoothly, and you have a separate hour subdial. This is what makes it the Regulator. The Regulator is a reference to the Regulator style clocks that they have in watchmaker factories and, you know, watchmaker offices, where they synchronize watches based on a given clock on the wall that has the hours, minutes, and seconds all laid out separately, so that there's no confusion, absolutely zero confusion, because that way there's no way that any of these hands will actually cover up or obscure one another. As you can see, the hours and minutes, even though they're the same size dial, same size hands, there's never going to be a point in time in which they will ever overlap. And with the minute hand, it'll only ever overlap twice a day. That's at, you know, 12 or 6, or okay, yeah, twice a day when it's at 12 noon or 12 midnight. 6 o'clock, it'll be a little bit different from that. Anyway, aside from that, that's what makes this a regulator style dial. Now the movement on the inside is a bit special as well, because it is intrinsic only to this watch, as far as I know. And yeah, certainly my research has led me there. All right, so moving on to the basic crown functions here, you can generally keep the watch, you know, functioning in this manner. So simply just at the very base position, this allows you to wind the watch. So if you're at a dead stop, about 15 to 20 full winds is all you need to get to the full power reserve. All right, and looking underneath, I'm not sure that there's much of a visual component or aspect to winding. Okay, there we go. There's the winding that you can see underneath the 12 o'clock position there of the watch. Okay, so if you're at a dead stop, again, 10 to 15 full winds is all you really need. It does have the automatic winding, as you can see, with that winding rotor off center. But anyway, if you pull the crown out to the only other position, it actually has that hacking seconds function, and thanks to that you can actually set the minute hand precisely wherever it needs to go, and also by extension the hour hand. Right, so what's also important to note here is how to set the time. I'll do a separate video just on that, because it does get a little bit complicated, but you know, no pun intended, but certainly quite a complicated procedure. I'll do a separate video on that. And anyway, this is how you set the time here. You can just simply press it back in to start up that seconds hand, nice and easy. It'll also maintain that water resistance. I believe it's only to 30 meters below sea level. If I'm wrong with that, be sure to correct me. But this isn't made for diving. It's not made for, you know, sports or anything like that. But you know, it's certainly more dressy and a bit more casual in that sense. But you know, more on that in a moment. What makes all of this work is the 31-260 REG QA. Yes, it is a movement made specifically for this watch, the Regulator. It's an annual calendar with a regulator style display. As you can see, it does have the day of the week, the date, as well as the month in their own apertures. Right, so it also has the hours, seconds, subdials with the sweep minute hand center mounted. The diameter is 33 millimeters. The thickness is 5.08 millimeters, so incredibly thin actually. 313 parts, 31 of which are jewels, and it has a 22 karat off-center mini rotor. Now, why would you want an off-center mini rotor? Well, that's obviously so that you can fully appreciate the hand-finished finishings on here, all these Geneva waves on this movement. Every piece of this movement fully hand polished and handmade, right? And that's just what Patek Philippe do. And all of this gives you a between 38 to 48 hour power reserve, thanks to that winding gold rotor. If you wear this every day, you won't need to wind it, right? It has a Pulsomax escapement, Gyromax balance, and Spiromax balance ring. So what does that all mean? That basically means that this will be keeping time regardless of, you know, any conditions. So if you take a few bumps here and there, you can get relatively close to magnets. It'll be just fine keeping track of time. Now, most watches do have a 4 Hertz or 3 Hertz beat rate. This one a little bit different, 23,040 vibrations per hour. So if someone can give me that in Hertz, that'd be great. Leave it down in the comments below. But it's a very odd number, and certainly an odd number it is, but I think that's what really gives this watch its charm as being the Regulator. Knowing this being a Regulator style dial, a Regulator watch, this is the watch that you wear that everyone else synchronizes to. This one says subtly that you are actually large and in charge, and certainly with that 40.5 millimeter case size, it does have that girth, that overall thickness that you would want from a watch that commands it. All right, so now onto the framing of this watch. We do have a black leather strap. Interestingly, a black leather strap with a pin buckle that I've never seen before. This Patek Philippe sandblasted in the background, high polish, all rose gold as well, complete with my fingerprints, as you can see, right? And it does have 2 minor loops, as is standard for every leather strap watch. An official Patek Philippe strap here. You have the black stitching matching that of the outer alligator leather All right. Now, while we're here, I can actually try it on, give you my thoughts as to how it wears on the wrist. Now, keep in mind, my wrist is 7 inches, I believe, or 18 centimeters in circumference. So, all right, there we go. I'm not in the market to break or destroy any leather straps here, so I've got to do this nicely and gently here. All right, so just sort of guessing my size there. All right, and certainly on the wrist, my wrist, 7 inches in circumference, it's actually not all that big. It actually fits me just right. And what's strange about this is that I prefer myself 36 millimeters or 38 at the largest, but this one just over 40 millimeters. And strangely enough, it actually wears a little bit smaller than that. And I think a lot of that is due to the overall form factor, the fact that it's just so thin, and the fact that these lugs sort of protrude outward rather than being a literal part of the case. They sort of give you a little bit better framing of that dial of the case, which is actually incredibly thin already. So the dial is incredibly large compared to that of, you know, other dials for this size. And, you know, when you have a watch known as a regulator, something so complicated as this with an annual calendar inside, well, you certainly have that in terms of the overall, you know, aesthetics as well. Looking at it down the wrist, the lugs do not actually hug my wrist. If you have a larger wrist, that may very well be the case. If you have a smaller wrist, you can still wear this because thanks to the lug profile system here, you do have the leather straps being able to, you know, pull downward directly. So I can recommend this to anyone with any sort of wrist, really. The smaller your wrist, the more in charge you'll be. And, you know, even when you have a large wrist, the overall color scheme here, this sort of, if you just sort of stand back for a second and just say, okay, it's black and gold. Well, nothing says luxury, nothing says elegance or just overall class than black and gold, right? So with that overall color scheme, even from a distance on a larger wrist, it will still command that same idea of, you know, being large and in charge. It's certainly at 40.5 millimeters, Patek Philippe has that. All right, now I did hint at this a little bit earlier, but this one is actually quite an interesting price point because retails about half 100,000. Okay, so that's a weird way to put it. It retails about 50K, about 55K US dollars. Now this one, the market price is actually lower than that. Currently, it's around 43K, so about 10K less than retail. Now, why is that? Well, my best guess is that probably people just don't really know about this watch, or, you know, they would rather have a Calatrava, they would rather have a Nautilus or an Aquanaut. And okay, sure, I get that. Those are the sporty models. Calatravas are extremely dressy, but where does this one fit in? It's not really sporty, so it's not something that you wear to the beach. Well, you can certainly wear this to the beach. I'm not going to stop you, but, you know, you wouldn't wear this to the most formal of events where you would have, say, like a tuxedo and a bow tie. But this is something that you can wear to slightly less formal events, a little bit more casual. You could certainly wear this, you know, as, you know, hinted by this leather strap. You could still wear it to a very nice gathering, say like a wedding, for example, or, you know, really important meeting. Sure, any place where, you know, maybe not everyone's wearing a tuxedo, but maybe a suit and a tie would be just fine. Or you could wear this with, you know, even your khakis and long dress shirt, that's fine as well. Long sleeve dress shirt, that's fine as well, because the real value of having a watch like this is the versatility. Even though it is an all gold construction, maybe you don't want to wear this every day, but, you know, if you are working in that sort of environment where you need to command, you know, the time, you sort of keep all of the attention on yourself. What's to keep you from wearing this every day? Probably not anything. And, you know, if you have something like this as your everyday wear watch, which certainly this could be one of them, you certainly have that with the functionality, the dial, the configuration, and even the color scheme and the size. It all just comes together in this very nice, elegant package that just screams class, well, subtly whispers class and just accuracy, precision, and everything that you would come to expect from a watch that has Patek Philippe's own logo on there. So at lower than retail price, you can get this on the market. You can certainly get it from us at jazztime.com. Currently, I'm looking at our website. It's $43K as of the making of this video. Be sure to pick one up as soon as you can, because, well, the price is probably not going to stay right there for very long. Chances are, with the way that things are going these days, it's probably going to keep going higher and higher. So if you're not seeing it at $43K, you might actually want to get in your time machine, come back to 2021, where you can get this at the lowest online price anywhere at jazztime.com. Links in the description below to see this watch, buy it as well. Be sure to like this video, comment if you have the chance, and, well, just let me know, what is the actual hertz rating of this beat rate watch? It's kind of an interesting hertz that really doesn't exist in any other watch that I've ever seen or held. So let us know down in the comments below. Would you get one of these for a formal occasion, or would you wear this every day? Again, let us know down in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification so you can be notified when we go live with another video like this one. And as always, if you'd like to purchase this watch or any other watch, visit our store at jazztime.com. Links in the description below, where you can get it for the lowest possible price anywhere online. And in the case of this watch, lower than retail. You can get it from us cheaper than you can from Patek Philippe themselves. Take care. We'll see you in the next one.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page, where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.